Here we make a video regarding app. We make a console-based app that store data of the people's hand. What kind of data? They are stored like stationery products, garments, and books. Here we add the items and show the items via menu-driven program. Okay. So at first we create a dictionary. Inside the dictionary we create a list, and here in the list we have created multiple tuples, and here we store the data. Data are generally sub heterogeneous data. Okay. Here the blueprint of the code. Here we create a dictionary. Inside the dictionary we have a multiple list, and the list have contain the tuples. Okay, tuples. And here we create a menu driven style, because the in the menu driven style, user can easily add the data in the specific category, in a stationery, garments, or books. Okay. The data is look like a, the item name is pen and a price is 5. The data is stored in a form of the tuple, like a here with the pen, and the price is 5. Okay. Next, now we discuss the source code of this program.
Okay, everyone. This is our source code of the program. Here we create a class. The class name is a DSA. Okay. The class consists one constructor. Okay, and some methods. Okay. The constructor have a some instance reference variable. First is a empty list. Self.stationery is an empty list, and there is a self.garments is also an empty list, and self.book another empty list. And we create a container. Reference variable is initialized by the empty dictionary. Okay. So we discuss our first method. This is called def add element stationery. The purpose of this method have a, here we store all the stationery items, like pen, pencil, notebooks, eraser, etc. So what about the logic inside of this method? Here we at first create reference variable. The name is data. Okay. Initialized by the input method, a pre-built Python input method. Here we insert the data by the keyboard. Okay. And by default it is string. So here we store the string type of data, and another is set.data to a reference variable. The type of this reference variable is a int. Actually here we store the int type of data. So we at first using the typecasting. Inside the typecasting we write a input method. The help of input method we can store the data, but by default it is string, so we use the int math function. The help of this function we can typecast the type from string to int. Okay. Then we store the data in a form of the tuple in a list. So we already know we create a list that's called a stationery. This is empty. Here we use to store via append method of list, a pre-built append method. Okay. List. Then we insert a list into a container dictionary. So we can use the update method, self.update method. Help this update method we can store the data as a key value pair. Okay. One is the key and the value is a stationery. It is already a list. We can store in a dictionary. Okay, container dictionary. Then Then our another method. The another method is called add element garments. Okay. Inside the this method, we can same as store the element name, product name. That is the product name is always we know the string, so we use the input method to store the string. So input method is by default take a string category. So in a data instance reference variable, we store the string type of data. Okay, and our next data 2 data 2 instance reference variable that hold integer value. Okay, integer value means price of the element. Okay, suppose we buy a jeans, so whatever the price, so price is obviously integer value, uh, 15,000 16,000 whatever. So we need to type casting because we insert the data via help of the input function on the keyboard, in the keyboard. So by default it is a string type, so we want to convert it to int, means type casting. Then we use the int function. Okay, then same as we use the append method, we declare a empty self.garments list. Using the append method, we can of the list we can insert a element name and the price in a form of tuple. Okay, and here we update it. After that, we insert the whole list in the container, a key value pair. Okay, so here we have the one container self.container, a same container previous, and we use the update method of the container, and inside the update method we open the curly braces and we mention our key and clone, and the another is the value is list self.garment is a garments is the list. Okay, and we store it. Okay, then our another method is called add underscore element underscore books. Okay, inside a book we create a two reference instance reference variable. Another store the name of the element or the name of the books, whatever the name. Let's see, core python, etc. The help of the input function we can store the value by help of the user input. Okay, by default type of the return type of the input function is a string. Okay, then our next instance variable data2 is initialized by some integer value. The integer value are basically the price of the books. Okay, so via input method function we can insert the value and by default the return type of the input method is a string, so we convert it a integer. Okay, then we hold the value reference of the value in a data2. Then we use the append method, so store the data in a list, but here we store the data in a form of tuple. Okay, so in a form of tuple. Then after that we use the we store the list self.book.list in a container dictionary. Okay, self.container dictionary. So we can use the update method of the dictionary to store the data. Inside the update method we open a curly braces and we mention the key and along with colon, and then after that we write the value is obviously a list self.books. Okay, after that we insert the value here. Okay, then we use our display method. Inside it, the main purpose of the display method is basically we display the data of the we have already stored in a dictionary. Okay, so here we use a for loop. Okay, um, a self.container is our dictionary. The dictionary have a one method. That's one method. One of the method that's called items. Items take a key and value separately from the dictionary. And the help of for loop, you can iterate and print the key and value. Okay, in the console. Okay, you can check. This is print quotation hyphen into 10. It is for styling purpose. If this hyphen is repeated 10 times, and another is here we print the whole container dictionary. Okay, here we create a object. Here we create an object. The type of the object is a DSA initialized by the constructor. Default constructor DSA. Here is a while loop. While loop is basically true. Actually, the main purpose of this, here we create a menu driven program. Okay, our create option 1 is stationery, 2 is garment, 3 is book, 4 is display, and 5 is exit, and enter the choice. User can choose any of them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. When we hit the button, the input variable take the value in a form of string, and after that we convert to a integer by the input function. That's called a typecasting. And the reference of this value is stored in a choice instance reference variable. Suppose when the user choice 1, and then if choice equals to 1 is true, then obviously object.add.method station is called. When this method is called, the user can easily insert the stationery product and their price also. Okay, this method is executed. If the user can choose the second option, then else part obviously executed, and the control go to the add.element guardsman. Okay, if the user can choose a book, then obviously hit the tree, and the choice, when the choice equal to 3, the control go to the add method books, and this method will be called, and this logic will be run. And after that, user can want to display the data, then they hit the option 4. Okay, and the help of the for loop, the every data that already present in the container is shown. And if the user want to exit from the program, then he hit the 5, and the choice, when the choice equal to 5, then pre-will method exit will be called, and we outside the for loop. We outside the while loop. Okay, if the user hit any number, they are not present in this 1 to 5, then else part is executed and print invalid choice. Okay, so now we show some outputs of this program. Clear. Okay, command plus. Sorry. Okay, here we want to store a stationery product. To we press 1. Okay, enter the element name, suppose pen. We also type the price of the pen 10. Okay, then we another hit 1, another stationary. Hmm. The element is pencil, 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 and the price of pencil is suppose 5. Okay, then you want to display the data, then we play 4, then we can check the 1. We have a data called pen and pencil. Okay, hello everyone. Here we show some output of this program. Example for first is stationary. So enter the choice 1, enter the element. Suppose the stationary product, we insert a name of the element pen, and the price is 10. Okay, after that we another element we insert in the dictionary. So then we enter the choice 1, we enter the pencil and the amount of this, and then after that we insert some garments, then we choice 2 t-shirt and enter the element enter the element of the price is 800. Okay, then another is a another element we insert in the garment, choice 2, and the name of the element is the pant, and the element price is 800. Okay, then we insert some books, then we hit the 3, enter the choice is 3, enter the element like core python, the price is 6650. Then insert another book, enter choice 3, element is java, enter the name of java, book name is java, enter the element price is 500. Okay, after that choice means display all the data, and all the data is displayed.